Good afternoon, everyone. Jeff here. I am yet again on location in beautiful sunny South Florida. I am in the Fort Lauderdale holding area, waiting for a reserved pickup, which is something new to Lyft. They didn't do that for a long time. I'm not here much anymore because the airport's under some severe construction and it is a nightmare coming in and out of here. I am down in South Florida for the next 3 weeks. Usually I'm spending most of my time in Daytona/Ormond Beach, which is about 250 miles north of here. I wanted to put this video out today, April 11th, 2026. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I wanted to give you an idea of what this holding area looks like. It is at the end of the runway. You're about 3.5 miles away from the terminal. And it's always crowded. There's food trucks. There's tables set up under a tent for Domino's. There's bathrooms. And what I say is this is where most of the cherry pickers come to just sit and do nothing and complain, because if I open the windows, it would be like a symphony of Lyft and Uber pings that they just decline while they're playing dominoes. But some people are here to make money and, more importantly, make profit. Anyway, I wasn't planning on doing this today. I'll follow it up with some facts and figures, but this is a pretty somber day for me. It was 6 years ago today, April 11th, 2020, that my brother died of COVID in New York, and changed the course of my life for sure. And my parents, losing a child is nothing you ever want to do, believe me, as a grandfather telling you that. But, it is a story of perseverance, moving on with your life. I would usually be up in New York right now with my sister-in-law going to his mausoleum, but my 87-year-old dad is actually moving at the end of the month, and my wife and I came down here 3 or 4 days ago to spend 3 weeks with him, to pack everything and get him ready for his move. So I saw this ride last night, and it had some sentimental meaning to me. I'll show it to you at the end in the slides. The drop-off address is actually a hospital. It's the hospital where my kids were born, where my wife's had some severe surgery, where I most recently had my quadruple bypass almost 3 years ago. I do visit it often, as it's only about 1.8 miles from my main home here down in Hollywood, Florida. In any event, as I came here, I just wanted to check in and try to, again, show you guys that, success is no accident. Everything you do in life is for a reason, and sometimes karma comes to you when you least expect it. So I am back here after my first ride, which I'll show you later, because while I was sitting here for my first ride attempting to record this video outside, the sound of the planes and the people around was just too much. So I did that ride, and while I was waiting here, something new happened which I've never seen. I got a banner across my phone of a reserved ride sent directly to me, which brought me back here an hour and a half later, and it's a pretty decent ride. 23 miles, $48, and I picked up a 30% turbo driving back to the airport. So again, most people wouldn't have taken the first ride, but sometimes, average to good rides lead to great rides. In any event, hopefully there's a YouTube in heaven and my brother is seeing this. I miss him very much. And again, the videos I send out are videos to keep people thinking positive, because it has a big impact on your life and your career. And if you go out with negativity, assuming you're going to fail, more than likely you're going to fail. I try to give hope. I try to give people strategies to still make sizable profits doing gig work, because we know these companies are not looking out for you. This doesn't work for everybody. I encourage negative comments because I double my efforts to try to disprove them and put out future videos showing people that, again, you can still win against these companies. You have to be smart, you have to be dedicated, you have to be all in, and you have to have fun. And when I retired at 53, at the top of my career, I was making between $130,000 and $170,000 a year. But I was on the road 20 days a month out of Florida. And at that point in my life, my family became way more important than money. And I didn't need as much money at that time anyway. We all have a story. We all do this for different reasons. If I help 2 or 3 people on each video, that's fine with me. I do not get paid for the stuff I contribute to this channel. I've never asked for money. I do it because I met Sergio in person. I believe in his cause. He doesn't do it for money or profit. He does it because he truly wants to help people. And I told Chris and Sergio that I will send you any content I have. You do with it what you want. It is them who select the titles for all you people talking about clickbait. They decide what they want to air, what they don't want to air. But I am dedicated to helping Sergio accomplish his mission because he is a wonderful person. I actually had the chance to spend 4 or 5 hours with him in Tampa, go out to lunch with him. He's a real good person. He's a real good soul. And sometimes it's thankless. When I read the comments about the things he says, you know, it just shows you how the negativity has perpetrated or permeated our society, and it's really got to stop. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the slides in the future. Keep those negative comments coming because I love them. I love you, Al. I miss you forever, and I wish you were back. Peace. All right, so now I want to go over the first ride that I took, and the reason I took it, I think I told you. So I didn't black out any of the addresses here because it's not a residence. It turned out I was taking this gentleman to go see the birth of his 8th grandchild at the hospital, and we had a great conversation. So the reasons I took this ride were twofold. One was because of the destination. The other one was because I wanted to try to prove an assumption that I had about turbo and flash turbo. So it doesn't tell you what the 743 is, but by taking this ride, it confirmed my assumption. I think airport reserve rides on Lyft come with a very high premium ride pickup because they build in 30 minutes of wait time. So even without that, this is a 6.3 mile ride for $20. That's over $3 a mile. To me, this is a very, very, very good ride, which led to a great ride, but we'll get to that. So this was a quick ride. You can see it was originally scheduled for 1:05. The guy did come in early, so I did get paid that extra money, and I didn't even have any wait time. So here's the breakdown of that ride. It was 6.91 miles, $20.16. Picked him up, and again, that's after I already got to the terminal, was 1:02. So that was early. It took 22 minutes in total to get him there. We had a great conversation. And here's the breakdown. And as I assumed, there is no turbo in here. So on the airport pickups, which again is relatively new to Lyft, maybe 2 to 3 months old. They never used to take scheduled rides to pick up at an airport, but they got into the game late, and my first experience with it is pretty damn cool. So you can see the scheduled ride premium is for the wait time and for the airport pickup. Again, regardless of what they charge the passenger, I can't control that, even though it frustrates me sometimes. It doesn't pay. But again, this was over $3 a mile, which is a really good ride. So this is the ride that came to me over a banner while I was waiting to pick the first ride up at the airport. I didn't even know they did this. I didn't have to go to look at scheduled rides. This was a $48 ride, including a $6.14 bonus, which I now know is not turbo. So I had to be back to the airport at 2:51, 24 miles. On its face, it's $2 a mile. And you will see that's a regular Lyft. It's not Lyft Black. It's not Lyft Extra Comfort. So I headed back to the airport, and these are the results of that ride. So you could see $48 went to upfront pay of $60.57 and then a $23.50 tip. So now we have a 27-mile ride for $84. A great ride. And I found out something new about Lyft, and if I have never told you this before, I will tell you that at 61 years of age, I will tell you that nothing surprises me in life anymore. There are a lot of things that disappoint you, and I am going to show you some slides at the end of this that go further to my point that in my own opinion, this is not the opinion of the channel you're watching or anybody else. I've said before, I think Lyft and Uber are criminal entities, and I'm going to show you a couple of slides that I think go a long way to proving my point. So again, I picked her up at 3:04. There was traffic, and here's the breakdown. She ended up paying $93.99. You can see the external fees, the Lyft fee. My base earnings were $41.87. The schedule ride premium was $6 and change. That's where the $48 came from. I picked up a 30% turbo. I waited for her for a minute, and with the tip, I ended up making $84 out of the $94 she paid. Again, a great ride. Nothing was planned, but it was really, really nice. So here's the thing that I learned in my conversation with this passenger. Now think about this. I drive Lyft Black, but when I do reservations from airports, I open it up to all because my ultimate goal on airport rides is to build my private client base. I just hand them my business card at the end after conversations, and if they want to call me, they call me. I don't have any of their contact information. So she did say something to me during the trip. She said, Lyft sent her an in-app message, which I actually viewed. She would not let me screenshot her phone, and I wasn't going to press her, that said, Lyft gave you an upgrade to Black. Do you see Black anywhere on this screen? So the wonderful Lyft, the lying Lyft, okay, they didn't give her an upgrade. I did, because I selected this ride when it came across the banner. They didn't pay me as if it was Black, but they're lying to the customer, making themselves look good by saying that they gave an upgrade to the person. And I'm supposed to feel bad about trying to take them and cultivating them into my own client. I mean, you guys have to wake up. I'm sorry. This is one of these disappointing things, but not surprising. It would have been nice if they would have said, hey, your driver, Jeff, gave you a free upgrade. But no, that was the message she got. Lyft gave you a Black free upgrade. Amazing. Anyway, those were those two rides. That's all I really did. I did pick up a couple of $5 or $6 rides on destination mode heading back to my residence down here to go about the rest of my day. So here's something else interesting that happened. I had another interaction with the wonderful Lyft AI. Now, I am an elite driver, so I can't have phone support. But in my couple of dealings with Lyft AI, I've gotten favorable outcomes. So here's the reason that I did this, and I'll read them to you. So if I scroll back to this trip, and this is why I screenshot, look at the estimated time of the ride, 49 minutes. Now remember, if the ride goes more than 5 minutes longer than estimated, you're supposed to get compensated, right? So they estimated it at 49 minutes. They didn't account for the accident, and you can see the total time was 1 hour and 13 minutes. So I should have gotten paid for 20 minutes of extra time, and I didn't. You don't see that anywhere in the My Earnings thing, right? Doesn't say delayed trip, anything. So I told you this once before in a video. When you're right, you fight for what's right. So I'll give you a couple of seconds. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll just give you the highlight. And this was the trip. And I said, yes, I need more help. And then I explained. The ride was estimated at 49 minutes, and it took 1 hour and 13 minutes. According to Lyft policy, I'm supposed to get paid for extra time. And AI didn't take 30 seconds to give me $10. Of course, they had to say the earnings are correct, but as a value driver, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I have direct pay, so it was instant. I got to $10, which, by the way, is more than I would have gotten for the 20 minutes of delayed time. Now, again, for all you naysayers out there who say, oh, rewards this, rewards that, being a lead driver, it doesn't mean anything. If my acceptance rate was 4%, like most of the cherry pickers I deal with, do you think I would have gotten $10? So again, this is just another added benefit. I didn't have to speak to anybody, and I moved on my way. And I could have still pushed it, but why push it? If I would have talked to somebody on the phone, maybe I would have got $5 instead of 10. 25 cents a minute for 20 minutes would have got me $5. So that was a favorable outcome. So in this instance, I applaud AI. So now I want to talk about something that I asked Chris to tag at the end of this video. One of my early videos were, I think it was titled, How I Turned a $7 Lyft to Reserved Airport Ride into a $2,500 a year private client. So as I said in the open, I spend about 70% of my time now in the Daytona Ormond Beach area, and I'm down here in South Florida, maybe twice a month for 3 days at a time just to spend time with my father. Well, when I come to town, this is the client I mentioned in that video when I showed you how much money she spent last year just in private rides with me. So let's start at March 16th. I was here for an event last month from March 11th to March 26th. And I drove her, that was that one trip there. I drove her 120 miles each way. I had to kill 4 or 5 hours in between while she was at a meeting. and I worked over on the other side of the state. I took her on a 120-mile ride. Lyft was charging her $450. I told her I can do it for $350, and you can see how much money she sent me. That was one ride, my friends, one, emanating from a $7 airport ride that none of you would have taken. But to me, it was an opportunity to grab a private client, and I did it. So now, as I told you earlier, I came back down here April 6th, and I will be here through the end of April with helping my father move. So I let her know in advance, and I've given her 3 rides this week. The $40 ride was a total of 10 miles. The $250 ride was a total of 60 miles. The $200 ride was a total of 13 miles. Now, in my business model for private clients, I never raise my prices. So if I charged you $20 to take you from your home to the airport 3 years ago, I'm still charging you $20. And I tell all my clients the same thing when they ask me why my prices haven't gone up due to inflation. And I tell them, you pay me. You can send me whatever you want, but my prices are not going to go up. Other than gasoline, and I have a hybrid, my prices to operate my vehicle have been pretty consistent. In my feeling, when drivers try to take advantage of their private clients, they become just as bad as Uber and Lyft. I will never do that. So you can do the math real quick. That looks like almost $900 to me in the last 3 weeks from one client. So Chris is going to put a link at the end of this so you can go back and watch that video. Again, you have to follow the insurance rules and whatever regulations are in your state. Florida is real business friendly, but you know, that's really the crux of that. And then I want to show you again, this really cements my feeling that Uber and Lyft have no business model. They are just as abusive on a passenger as they are on the driver. So this was another reservation that I picked up on April 12th, the day I am recording this. Now, how do you turn this down? Now, this is a regular Lyft, and this is a pickup going to the airport. The upfront pay is $18 for 3.83 miles. The ride took me 13 minutes. That's over $5 a mile against expenses of 39 cents a mile. Regular Lyft. So I'm like, okay, let's see what they gouged this sucker for. This is the eye-popping part. And you tell me that these are not criminal entities. And you tell me, what's their business model? How do they determine these prices? Look at this. They charged this guy $35 to go 3.83 miles. Is that not criminal? This isn't Lyft Black. This isn't Uber Premier. This is standard Lyft. $34.97 to go 3.83 miles. And here's the kicker. Every pickup and drop off at that airport, there's a $3 fee. How are the external fees $2.41? Again, in my opinion, I will close with this. Lyft and Uber are criminal entities, and they get away with whatever they want. I would love to see their algorithm to show how they came up with the fare for this sucker. I'm sorry. And if you don't know by now, I'm about fairness, okay? I think I was overpaid for this ride. They certainly overcharged this guy, but I can't control that. But every time you give a second thought to trying to cultivate a private business, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're putting yourself at risk, just remember this ride. I want to thank you all very much for watching, as I always do. Keep the negative comments coming. I want to dedicate this video to the loving memory of my brother Al, who died way too soon at 57, taken from us from COVID. Stay positive, you can make money, and I'll talk to you in the next video.